It's time for the second game of the All-Star Family Feud Love Boat Mutiny Special. Introducing the Lange family. Ted Lange, Jamie Lee Curtis, Janet Leigh, Ethel Merman, and Bert Parks, ready for action. Playing against the Tweez family. Lauren Tweez, David Burney, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Rhonda Fleming, and Artie Johnson. On your marks for the second game of the All-Star Family Feud Love Boat Mutiny Special. And here once again is the star of our show, Richard Dawson.
Good to see you.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, you got some good people here, young
Got
Ted.
some incredible
What's
people.
your charity?
This is my family. The charity that we are playing for is SHARE, S-H-A-R-E, and we have a cheer. Let's do our
hear
cheer.
it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
Come on, team, let's show we care. Let's win this in the name of SHARE.
Yeah! All right! Hey!
Let's meet your family, please.
Okay, first of all, I want to introduce you to Janet Leigh, very famous actress who made Going in the Shower a new experience. Next we have Jamie Lee Curtis.
Love her.
Who's in movies that will scare you to death.
That's the truth.
And now we have the queen of the American musical, Ethel Merman. And the man who has crowned many queens and knows a pretty face when he sees one, Bert Parks.
Thank you for being here, Daddy.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, thank you for asking.
And I saw you and your pretty daughter in a movie together called The Fog.
That's right.
Is that still going around?
Yes, it is.
That's a scary movie.
It's opening again in New York. As a
Well,
matter
we're
of fact.
thrilled to have you here.
Thank
you.
you.
You've got to be as proud as a
I sure am.
mother. Hello, Jamie.
Hi, baby.
Oh, now, wait a minute. I don't know if I approve. No,
Well, I'm single. I'm single.
Oh, well, okay.
You're single.
Is that all right?
Sort of.
Sort of. She's sort of single. This lady did Halloween. What did that movie cost?
$300,000.
Made $60 million. Yeah. John Belushi did 1941. Cost $60 million. They took in $300,000. Got another picture you're doing?
Yeah, film's coming out. If this airs in a week, it'll come out the day after this airs.
And
it's called Terror Train.
Another scary
20th Century Fox.
Boy, and you really are a very exciting actress.
Thank you very much.
Your mom and I are very proud of you.
Yes, indeed.
And
Richard, how are you, my dear? Nice to see you.
It is nice.
Oh, I get two of them. Isn't that
Are
nice?
you kidding me? Any
Yeah,
lady,
one for good luck, huh?
This darling lady I met, first of all, a match game.
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't that the truth?
Yeah, I used to cheat. I used to look at your
Not
cards.
cheat. No, I would. You couldn't cheat on that show, but if you got stuck, I could sometimes help you out. And here's a gentleman I wear with pride his button. Look at this.
Oh, hey.
Let's see.
How are you?
Listen,
Yeah.
having been in this type of thing for many, many years, you're bringing it back, brother.
Thank you.
You're really the
That's-
best. Do you agree with me?
Thank you. And I'm delighted to see that you're back stronger than ever.
Nothing like being fired to get ahead.
That's what I always say. Lauren Tweez right here with her group of mutineers. You're my lunch. How are you?
I'm
Who's your charity? Who's your charity?
We're playing for the Special Olympics.
Well, a noble cause. Thank you. Will you tell me everybody here, please?
Well, this team is representing the romantic side of the
that's
love
the
boat.
truth.
So I'd like to introduce Douglas Fairbanks Jr.,
Nice to have you here. sir.
the very handsome Artie Johnson, and one of my favorite ladies, Rhonda Fleming,
Yes, indeed.
and a cute guy who's too far away, David Burney.
Heck of an actor, too. By the way, are you the Love Boat when that kicks off? Do you going to start again with a 2-hour?
Yes, we just got back from the Caribbean, and it'll be something that we shot there. We shot 2 movies there.
That's always good. I like the big ones. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We're honored to have you here,
Well, I
sir.
love being here myself.
I cannot believe how this man looks. Somewhere there has to be a photograph of you rocking. You're beautiful. Thank you for being
Thank you.
Here's my little buddy.
Hello, Richard.
How are you?
I'm fine, darling. It's all right. How have you been? You still working?
Quite We're still working.
So good seeing
We
you.
are. This darling. How are you?
Just great, thank you.
Now, I saw you in The Nude Bomb down
Right,
Adamsville.
right.
It was
Oh,
lovely to
yeah.
see you on the silver screen.
Thank you.
Doing anything else we should know about?
Lots of things. I'm playing Kismet, and I left the theater, and I'm doing some
Well,
theater. Singing.
if you see
yeah.
Kismet up there and see this lady's name, you go see her. How are you?
How are you?
Fine.
You look pretty.
Well, thank you. This is a magnificent actor, and you have done our show once before.
Yes, that's
you
right.
represent a
I'm
family.
delighted to be back.
Any movies, anything we should know about you?
Actually, 2 films. Oh God, Book 2 with George Burns, and a movie for television, Mom, the Wolfman and Me, which is a love story.
All righty. Congratulations. Let's play the feud. Let's do it. Come on. Come on, Angel. Here we go. Randy and Coppell are just smiling. They're already in the finals. We'll find out what's going to happen now. 100 people surveyed. Top 5 answers on the board. Here's the question. Tell me a phrase a baby would say if he could talk. Yeah.
Mommy,
Mommy.
I'm wet.
I'm wet. It's a two-parter. Very good. One answer will be there.
Feed me, I'm hungry.
Feed me, I'm hungry. You got it. Gonna play or pass.
Okay, sure.
Why don't
you
we'll play.
What
We're
else
gonna
you got
play.
to do?
You've lost none of the magic. The number 1 answer. Douglas, a phrase a baby would say if he could talk.
Where's my doll?
Okay. Where's my doll?
Oh, dear.
That's the strike. Artie?
Which one is my daddy?
Could be anybody, Artie.
Yes, that's how we...
Which one is daddy? Second strike. Rhonda, darling, phrase a baby would say if he could talk.
I know what I said. I said applesauce, if anybody can bring that first
Oh.
word. Just mommy.
Just mommy? Well, all right. Let's take a look. Mommy! Simplicity is the answer, baby.
Pick me up.
Okay. Is there all right? If not, third strike. Pick me up, please. Got it. Just one answer left, Lauren.
I'm sleepy. Can I go to bed?
All righty. I'm a little sleepy. Can I go to bed? If it's there, you're all right. Got all the money. Big lead. If not, third strike. Sleepy. Right over here now. Come on, Ted.
Come on, Doc. Give me a hand.
Let's
Come
go.
on, say no loud then. Say no loud.
I don't want to go to bed.
I don't want to go to bed. Love, Mommy, I love you.
Need an
I don't wanna
answer.
go to
Yeah,
bed.
I don't want to go to bed. Is that what? Oh, no. No, love. Has
Love?
to be, yeah, Mommy or Daddy, I love you.
Mommy and Daddy, I love you. If it's there, you get the $79. If not, Lauren and her team get it. I love you. You got it. Number 5. Leave me alone. The very thing that Jamie said to me just before the show started. We'll be back right after this.
Now we come to another special feature on tonight's program, the appearance of another mystery celebrity. My friends in the panel are masked once again because they'd recognize our guest. The masks all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right, will you come in, mystery challenger, and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery celebrity, we dispense with all the preliminaries. We get right down to the general questioning, which we will begin with Bennett Cerf.
Well, I was kind of hoping Marilyn Monroe was coming out here tonight, but I didn't hear any oohs and ahs, so I take it you're not Marilyn Monroe. Is that correct?
It is impossible.
That was just a way of trying to find out whether your voice was a male voice without asking the usual question. You are a gentleman, is that correct?
Sometimes.
Would your general sphere be the entertainment industry?
It is possible, yes.
It's possible it also is that correct?
To entertain is difficult.
You can take the answer as affirmative, Bennett, and proceed.
But you have succeeded in this difficult endeavor. Have you ever performed this difficult endeavor in the environs of Hollywood?
Always.
In other words, you're a motion picture star, is that correct?
Yes.
Steam heat is escaping. Have you got a picture that is either currently on Broadway or within the week or two of opening on Broadway?
Of course, naturally.
There is a picture currently on Broadway in which our guest appears, yes.
Is it playing at one of the big theaters on Broadway? Or
Oui.
right off of Broadway?
Yes.
Oui.
Well, the question is which picture it is. Is it a Technicolor picture?
Oui.
Is it a picture that has no singing and dancing in it?
A little dancing, possibly.
But actually, I think the question is in the area of, is it a musical? And that
Yes.
question, if that's the question, the answer would be no, I think, Bennett. It's not a musical, so you can go.
Well, would it be a spectacular picture about ancient times, let's say in Egypt?
Goodness forbid.
One down, and 9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Have you ever been in Harry's bar in Venice?
You ever been in Harry's bar?
In 1939, yes.
Before your time, darling. This picture that you appear in, have you something other than the starring part? The one that's on Broadway now or near Broadway?
Oui.
Have you a much more important part than an acting part in connection with this picture?
Well, naturally.
Are the actors a great deal indebted to you for the excellence of this picture? And will I be making a faux pas? You're not who I think you are.
Our guest says, Dorothy, they had better be.
Oh. Are you seen doing something with a clock in this picture?
Naturally.
Is the picture Rear Window?
Yes.
And are you Mr. Alfred Hitchcock?
Yes. Well, Mr. Hitchcock, it's wonderful to have you here because I've, with a lot of great many other thousands of people, have enjoyed Rear Window, and last night in Atlantic City I met Miss Grace Kelly, who was one of your stars.
What did you do about it?
Well, I had my wife and my 3 children along, and I said it was very nice to meet her, and said to Mrs. Daly, she's a very handsome girl, isn't
What
she?
a pity.
What a pity.
How annoying.
John, I think it would be nice if either you or Mr. Hitchcock explained that he always appeared in every picture that he makes.
Well, yes, I think that is generally known, which is why I made the point of our guest appears. I don't think you've ever made a picture in which you haven't appeared at one time or another, have you?
The indignity of being a ham is thrust upon me.
Well, I must say you carry it off with great savoir-faire. If this is ham, I wish I had some of it. And we do thank you very much for being our guest, sir.
Miss Kilgallen wanted to say something.
Oh, I just felt I ought to explain my first question.
Yes.
I was thinking of Rear Window, and I thought first, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Hitchcock, of Jimmy. And the last time that I saw him was at Harry's bar in Venice. So I wanted to eliminate him.
Mr. Stewart, Jimmy
Yes.
Stewart, the other star. Sir, thanks for being our guest. Would you say hello to the family? All right, panel, you were having a very good night. Let's see what you can do with another challenger. Would you come in and sign in, please, ma'am? Tala Foreman, is that right?
Yes,
Where are you? Is it Miss or Mrs.?
Miss.
Miss, where are you from, Miss Foreman?
California, Los Angeles.
Oh, well, wonderful. It's nice to have somebody from way out on the West Coast. Now, we're running a little short of time, so you
Yes.
take a look at the panel, will you?
Yes.
Now, you take a look at Mrs. Foreman, will you? Fine. Now, you come with me, Miss Foreman. Thank you. You'll sit right down here. The panel's had a very quick look at you.
It did.
On that basis, we'll give them the one free guess that they get, and we begin the free guesses with Miss Kilgallen.
I think she's a choreographer.
A choreographer, Mr. Lewis.
I believe she owns Harry's Bar.
In Venice?
Miss Francis.
I think Miss Foreman's a stunt performer in pictures.
Mr. Cerf.
I think Miss Foreman's dramatic coach.
You think she's a dramatic coach? That's a very interesting answer. In fact, it's a correct answer. So let's let our viewers at home. But now I tell you this, Miss Foreman is a rather special type of dramatic coach, and we have a particular reason for having here. Let's see, for fun, if you can figure out what the special reason is, what area it is first, beginning with Bennett, since you started things off.
Why she's here as a dramatic coach?
Yeah.
Well,
A
I would
particular
guess...
reason why she's
Well, I would guess that we've had Miss America who may need some dramatic coaching. Maybe that's what you're going to be doing.
Oh, that's fine, Bennett. That's 1,9 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, may we ask questions about it or just guess?
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Do you do your coaching in a particular place?
No.
You float.
Float, you mean? No. That is 2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Lewis.
Let me see what we're to determine, John. We're to determine why the lady is here in New York.
What we're announcing is there's a special reason why Miss Foreman as a dramatic coach is here. There's a special area of interest.
Well, now, there was a very special area of interest that preceded Edna into New York this week. It was a thing called Maryland. Could possibly this lovely lady have something to do with that lady, Marilyn Monroe?
Oh, Marilyn Monroe.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Well, then, I know that they're doing a picture here in town, and you are coaching her perhaps in that particular part.
Yes.
How to have a 7-year itch.
Is Miss Foreman, is your name are you sometimes known as Miss Littaz?
Yes.
Well, that's why your
Yes,
face looked
Miss-
vaguely familiar to me, and that's why I said dramatic coach. And wasn't I a fool not to put 2 and 2 together?
Well, now, this just goes to show you. We were very proud of ourselves. We thought we'd tie you into all kinds of knots, you know? But we didn't tie you into any kinds of knots at all. Well, now I think...
about Marilyn.
Beg pardon, that's what I'm going to ask you. You having
You're
fun?
teaching her how to pitch ball?
No, not yet.
Are you having fun in New York?
Yes, I love New York. I love every minute of it. But the nicest time I've had here was when I saw the Egyptian at the Roxy Theater. It was a beautiful picture.
Oh, well, great. I'm
Very
glad
good.
you like it. I'm glad you like our big fat city, too. And I'm only sorry. We've got to flip some cards anyway. We didn't get a chance to flip any cards. Sorry we didn't give them a rougher time, but I hope you enjoyed your visit, brief as it
enjoyed
was.
it very much.
Always nice to have
Thank you
somebody
very
from the
much.
coast with us. Good to see you, Miss Foreman. Good night. Well, it just shows to show you that the best laid plans of mice and men aft gang of Leigh. We thought that since I was in Atlantic City, you'd never guess for a moment we'd have anybody from the beauty pageant here. And we thought that with Miss Foreman, we'd tie you into knots for good for the rest of the night. We have a moment. I would like to advise those good folks who are watching outside that if you would like to apply to puzzle our panel with your occupations, and I trust you do better than we did for our folks tonight, send us your picture, a small snapshot that you can spare, because we'll not be able to send it back to you. Send your name, your address, your occupation, and let us know when you're going to be in New York. Send all of this not to me, that merely delays it. Send it to What's My Line, CBS, 485 Madison Avenue, New York, 22, New York. And remember, send it to What's My Line, because if you send it to me, it just gets hung up in the mails or something. I don't know where it gets hung up. Now we'll be back in just a moment, but right now, here is Arlene Gray as a fashion model.
Listen, just before we went on the air, we picked 4 people from our studio audience to play Who's Who with us, and they said they would, so would they come down now and play with us? Okay, one of these people is a public relations assistant, one is a professional bowler, one is a security guard, and one is an auction manager. All you have to do is pass out the card so that each person is holding the card which correctly states his or her occupation. You have 20 seconds apiece. Let's start with Arlene Francis. On your mark, get set, go.
Go.
And that is not correct.
But he is.
And here comes Susie Sales. You ought to be anyway. Congratulations, and that is not correct.
I don't hear the bell.
Right, and here comes Meredith McRae.
That's it, Meredith. You got it.
And that is also not correct, and here comes Joe Silver.
Very much does it. I don't know what to do. Okay, you cannot be a security guard. You've got to be a professional guard. You've got to be a security guard, and you've got to be an office manager, and you've got to be a public official.
And that is heroically incorrect. And congratulations, you have beat the panel. Now, would you pass the cards around so that each person is holding the correct one?
He's the professional roller. He's not a security guard.
I could beat you up. Marlene said she could beat him up.
Now, would you tell us who you are, please?
I'm Bill Anzett, security guard from Miami.
You're under arrest.
I'm Camelia Bryant. I'm public relations assistant from New York.
Okay.
I'm Bruce Cruikshank, professional bowler from Santa Ana, California.
Okay.
And I am Martha Gibbon, auction manager from Middlefield, Ohio.
Okay, thank you very much. You've won $100, and we have a special gift for each of you, and thank you for playing Who's Who on What's My Line. Thank you very much.
Yes, each member of the Who's Who team receives the Samsonite Classic 3 attaché with the exclusive safety latch designed to eliminate the accidental spilling of the case's contents. The Classic 3 attaché from Samsonite. Larry.
Okay, we're back, and now it's blindfold time panel. Are they all in place?
Yes.
Then would our mystery guest enter and sign in, please? Okay, panel, we'll go one question at a time. Fate's law prevails. You have 2 minutes, and let's begin with Meredith McRae.
Yes, mystery guest, are you best known for your work on television?
I doubt it.
Joe?
It doubts it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Do you work in the theater? By that I mean theater and/or movies.
Yeah.
Arlene?
Sounds like that fellow that calls for Philip Morris.
Johnny busted on the story.
Yeah, Johnny. Are you appearing in anything, anywhere at this moment?
Yeah.
Soupy?
Would that be on Broadway?
No.
Meredith?
Yes, Joe asked about theater and motion pictures. Are you best known for your work in motion pictures?
I think so.
Joe?
Do the motion pictures you do, are they mostly comedies?
No.
Arlene?
They're not mostly comedies. Are you, do you know if it's a lady or man?
I can't
Lady,
quite
I
tell.
think.
I hope it knows, though.
Are you a leading lady?
Maybe, yeah, I guess.
Eventually? Soupy?
Oh, baby talk.
Oh, were you just...
It's your daughter, Meredith.
Were you ever nominated for Academy Award?
Yeah.
Meredith?
Oh.
Oh,
I want to guess, but then they'll rule me out. Well,
you know.
Are you in a play right now with Larry Blyden?
No.
Okay.
Joe?
Were you in a picture called Paper Moon?
No.
No,
Arlene?
it was the Exorcist. Linda Blair?
Linda Blair! And for all you folks at home, it gives us great pleasure to announce that she's feeling much better now.
Larry, I think
You
that
were
was
wonderful
devilish,
the other
devilish.
night.
Aw,
I
thank
enjoyed
you.
you so much the other night on television.
Thank
It was
you.
marvelous. Really.
When
good.
you undertook to play that role, did you know what you were getting into?
Well, I'd read the script and I'd read the book, and so I basically knew what it was about, and I just kind of wondered how they would do different things.
It must have been physically very tiring to do.
It was, because, as far as we had to work, like, almost every day and, on the really cold set and everything. So it wasn't that way, but it was fun.
If you were going to do another one, would you want to do one like that, or would you want to do something else?
I want to do something else.
What would you like to do next if you could do anything you wanted to?
Something with animals.
Something with animals?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope you get to do it. Good luck, Linda.
Thank
You were
you.
just marvelous.
Thanks
for being on the show. We'll be back with more of What's My Line right after this message.
And now we come to the special feature of our program, the appearance of our mystery challenger, for which I must ask the panel members once again to blindfold themselves. Blindfolds all in place, panel?
Yes, sir.
Good. Will you enter mystery challenger and sign in, please? All right, panel, as you know, in the case of our mystery challenger, we go to a different form of questioning. You ask one question at a time in turn, moving clockwise. And let's begin it all with Bennett Cerf.
Last week, Danny Kaye lied on every question. I hope tonight we're going to get some facts. In pursuit of what I suppose is your fabulous income, do you ever raise your voice in song?
I think sometimes.
Miss Kilgallen.
Oh, good night. Is there more than one of you there?
Is there more than one of you here?
Well, I could rephrase that question.
No, that's 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Gable.
Are you appearing in New York at the present time?
What? Well, I'm here.
You mean specifically in what way, Martin?
Ignoring this program for the moment.
Should we?
But you mean here actually appearing in a live performance of some kind?
Or in television?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Are you best known for your work in pictures?
Mr. Cerf?
Were you in a play on Broadway last year?
I don't think so.
3 down and 7 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, have you... No, she's in a picture. Are you married to anyone in show business? Yes.
Mr.
Are you Janet Leigh?
Yes.
We went to the opening of a show the other night.
Face of a Hero.
Face of a Hero, in which we saw a wonderful performance by Mr. Jack Lemmon. We saw Mr. and Mrs. Curtis. And since I seemed so silly the question before, I thought I better straighten myself out. And...
Oh, Martin, we thought we had you on the run that time.
I really thought we had you going.
The only clue that we thought you might come to was, of course, Miss Janet's appearance in Psycho. And out of the side of that, we were safe. And hereafter, Martin Gable, stay home nights, will you?
No, I was hoping you'd ask me, is the picture appearing on Broadway at the moment? And you had me, and I was going to say no.
To my knowledge, and not least because of the wonderful performance of Miss Leigh, Psycho, in relation to cost, is probably one of the 2 or 3 greatest hits in the history of Hollywood.
I think that's true.
And it cost plenty, too.
But I thank you very much.
And we thank you, Miss Janet, for being our guest. It's nice of you to join us in What's My Line.
Thank you.
We'll have another contestant right after this word from our alternate sponsor.
In addition to a cash award, each of our contestants will receive a gift. For our first contestant, beauty care gifts from Vanda Beauty Counselors. Your neighborhood Vanda Beauty Counselor will help you select your own customized beauty program. For our second contestant, a deluxe kit of roll-on decorator paints from Artex, the complete home and fashion decorator paint in a tube, Artex Hobby Products of Lima, Ohio. For our celebrity guest, Samsonite Silhouette Luggage, a beauty case, overnight case, and Pullman, featuring concealed locks and stain and scuff-resistant finish. Samsonite, we make travel a little easier. Okay, Steve?
Thank you, Johnny. Before we meet tonight's guest star, Vincent Price, I'd like to tell you something about his secret while our panel is off stage in their soundproof room. Vincent's secret concerns his love for art. I'm sure you know about that. And it involves, what you may not know, a specific famous painting called the Cardinals Portrait. I'm going to hold up a print of it. The Cardinals Portrait by Toby Rosenthal, painted many years ago. Brilliant painting. Color photograph of it here. Tonight we are recreating this portrait with living models on our stage, featuring Vincent as the Cardinal. And now we'll open the Great Wall and you'll see this amazing living picture. Here it is. Isn't that absolutely phenomenal? Real living picture. Welcome to the show, Vincent.
Oh, thank you, Steve.
But you thought he wasn't going to move there for a second or two. Could you tell us something about all this?
Well, you know, every summer, the famous Laguna Festival of Arts and Pageant of the Masters in Laguna Beach, California. Here, they recreate works of art like this one with live models. And so, tonight, with the aid of festival producer Don Williamson and his staff, we've recreated one of the pageant favorites that people come to see from all over the world.
Well, I can certainly see why. Your secret, then, is that you're posing as a living painting, and in just a moment we're going to bring the panel back, now that we've established that, from the soundproof room, with their blindfolds on, of course. Incidentally, while we're waiting for that, I want to congratulate you, Vincent, on another one of your marvelous books. We'll take a close-up of it here with one camera and another. There it is. It's called Vincent Price's Treasury of American Art, and it's really something special. Want to tell us a little about the book?
Oh, thank you. Yeah. You know, I think an awful lot of people don't think there is such a thing as American art because we're made up of so many other people. That's really what I try to prove, that there is a very real thing called American art.
Indeed.
Excuse me, Steve, but the panel's on its way in now.
All right. Thank you, Johnny. You're blindfolded, of course, panel, and therefore you'll just have to take my word for it that our guest star, Vincent Price, is on stage with us. His secret involves a famous painting called the Cardinals Portrait, and we'll start the questioning with Henry Morgan.
Well, what do I want to know?
You want to know what the secret is.
I know, but there's a painting on stage. What do I want? You told me the name of the painting. Now what am I going for is what I mean.
You're going for broke, Henry.
It's gonna be broke.
It's do or die, kid.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what Vincent is doing.
Oh, he's doing something.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I never heard of any painting called the Cardinals Portrait, okay? So let's start with, is Vincent painting it?
No.
Are you doing anything to the painting?
No.
Are you examining it in any way?
No.
Are you ignoring it?
No.
You've cleared up a lot of ground there, Henry. Anita?
But you're fooling around with that painting, right?
Incidentally, Henry, you may take your mask off now.
Oh.
A little bit, yes.
Yes. Are you touching it?
In a way.
In a way? Are your hands touching it?
Ah, that's marvelous.
In a way, yes.
In a way. In a way, your hands are touching it. Are you imitating it?
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Okay,
That's not it.
you may take your blindfold off, Anita. Richard.
I'll make a deal with you, Anita. If you lay them, I'll sell them. How about that? You frightened my life out of me.
Sorry.
All right. Vincent, down at the coast here, every year at the Artist Colony, they have living pictures, like 3D pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Are you in a 3D picture?
That's exactly it, Richard.
Are you?
Vincent is posing in one of those living pictures, all right, a recreation of the Cardinals Portrait.
And I'd like to thank my fellow actors who appeared with me. Del Wagner is the monk, and Douglas Palmer is the portrait. And blessings on you, too, Steve.
Thank you very much, Your Eminence.
Thank you.
And our thanks to the Laguna Festival of Arts for making this secret possible. We'll be right back.
I've Got a Secret returns after these words.
Now it's time for Bette Davis and two imposters to challenge our panel. Now let me show you the setup. Wow. In front of me you see an opaque curtain. It runs right straight down the middle of our stage here. It prevents our panel from seeing the other side where Miss Davis and her two imposters are seated. Now, panel, there's one other thing that you ought to know. The two imposters are not only imposters, but also talented mimics. They will attempt to sound as much as possible like Bette Davis. It'll be your job to determine whether number 1, number 2, or number 3 is the real Bette Davis. And we start the questioning with Kitty Carlisle.
Oh, thank you, Bud. That's fine. You look like a tennis...
I feel like one.
Number 1, you played when you were very young with a famous English actor. Can you give me his name?
Leslie Howard.
What was all right.
I just like it.
Number 2, you used to have wonderful clam bakes in Hollywood, and you invited my husband and me to a clam bake. Where did you get the lobsters from?
From Maine.
Thank you. Number 3, who wrote The Night of the Iguana?
I'm sorry.
Tennessee Williams.
All right. Tom Poster.
Oh, that's so funny. How do you know? All right, number 3, if Tennessee Williams wrote Night of the Iguana, who was your leading man?
Patrick O'Neill.
Gosh, listen to those voices.
Wow.
Number 2, who played with you in 3 on a Match?
That was too long ago for me to remember.
Oh, I just happened to see it the other night on television. Number 1, what is that thing about the letter? When people do impressions of you, what is that letter that they are always talking about?
They're always naming a man named Peter. And he was never in the letter.
Number 1. Yes.
Peggy Cass.
Number 3, you have a son who's very handsome and whom I like very much. What is his name?
Michael.
Thank you. And number 1, where does he go to school? Number 2.
Would you repeat the question, please?
Yes, where does he go to school?
It's none of your business.
Yes, go ahead.
Number 2, where in Boston are you from?
Lowell, Massachusetts.
Who'd you ask? Orson Bean.
Who'd you ask to? Number. Mercy, I'm so nervous. Number 3, in what picture did you say, what a dump? You came into a room and you say, what a dump.
Beyond the forest.
Number 2, do you know who George Kirby is? Number 2?
I haven't the vaguest notion.
Oh, I figured he's a mimic. I figured if you were a mimic. Number 1, mercy.
That's all the time we have. Mark your ballots, panel. Mark them at once without change, without any consultation whatsoever. Vote now. And vote for number 1, number 2, or number 3. Ballots all marked?
Oh, it's impossible.
Mark it, Kitty.
Oh.
That's the girl. Mark it. All right. They are all marked now. So, Tom, for whom did you vote?
I voted for number 3. It's very difficult to keep numbers and voices and answers straight, but I think, if I recall, number 3 had the best answers for me, Patrick O'Neill and Tennessee Williams, and I voted for her.
Peggy Cass.
She's the only one that really sounded like Bette Davis to me. Number 3, and she does have a son named Michael. Fine boy.
Orson.
Number 1 sounded much more like Bette Davis than Bette Davis does even. So I figured maybe it was Bette Davis trying to sound like somebody imitating Bette Davis, and I voted for her.
Yeah.
Sure you did.
And Kitty Carlisle.
Well, I can't remember terribly well either, the voices, and I think all 3 of them were remarkable. But if number 3 said that the clams for the lobsters for the clam bake came from Maine, that was Bette Davis, because they did.
All right, there we have it.
All lobsters come from Maine.
No!
So the votes are all in and the minds are made up. Now, let's see which of these 3 ladies in truth is Bette Davis. So as I drop this curtain, will the real Bette Davis please stand up? Oh, dear.
She said clams from Maine. I didn't. Number 2 said...
Well, it was a great joy. Of course, I don't have to explain to our panel, but maybe to you watching, although you probably know, too, that our two wonderful imposters are Miss Kay Ballard and Miss Patricia Bright.
My favorite answer to Michael's school was none of your business. I think that's the only thing we didn't review. It is the Loomis School in Windsor, Connecticut. Let's not tell.
Yes, but pull the curtain up and do it again.
May I say something? How
Please.
can anyone in the world really not recognize Bette Davis's voice? Orson, I'm
They were
shocked.
marvelous. You were all three
Marvelous.
absolutely remarkable.
Marvelous.
It's true.
Kay, you would have known what a dump, wouldn't you?
I would have said it was from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
I have some advice for both of them not to get in this habit. It's going to wreck their lives. Oh, no, it won't.
That's my Peter Lorre impression.
Even 10% of that kind of wreckage we'll all buy. Believe me. What a joy to have three such talent on our show tonight, and you've graced us more than we can say. And we're terribly grateful. Of course, there was only one incorrect vote. That's worth $250, and you did it.
We just wanted one.
Well, you got it. You got it. And we had one, too. We had one of those nights that we'll never forget. We thank you all for that. Good night, and God bless you. We'll be back in just a minute, but right now, this important message.
And now, here's your host on Password, Alan Ludden.
Hi, Doll. Well, good evening. Very nice to have you with us. How are you, Tony?
Fine.
Good to see you. Olivia de Havilland, what a pleasure to have you back.
How nice of you to say that.
And you've been to Hollywood for the first time in 6 years to
Yes,
make a movie.
I have, that's true.
And it's a wonderful movie. Tell us about it, will you? What's it called?
It's called Lady in a Cage, and it's a suspense story about a woman who is trapped in a private elevator in her own house.
And who else is in it with you?
Lots of interesting and talented people. One who will mean a great deal to you is Ann Southern.
Ann Southern, a real good friend. Wonderful movie, Lady in a Cage, Olivia de Havilland's first Hollywood movie in 6 years. Nice to have you here. Your first partner is John Marsh, Olivia.
Yes.
From Deerfield, Illinois. What do you do for a living, John?
I'm in a sales training program with a brokerage house in New York.
Well, I'm glad you're here to play Password.
Thank you.
Tony, I don't want to be personal or anything, but I have a very fine barber that I'd like to introduce you to. Now tell us why. Why the haircut?
Well, I'm about to start a picture called The Fool Killer, and it takes place in the time of the Civil War. And that's just the way they wore their hair those days.
Yeah, you'd be pretty hip in the Civil War days. You look great. It's good to have you back.
Thanks.
Your first partner is Chris Danielenko?
Yes. Oh, you had trouble with it.
I did.
I got through it and you had trouble
I
with
know it. You're a senior in high school, though, Chris. I know that.
Yes.
What do you plan to do when you graduate?
I want to major in business administration, but minor in theater arts.
Fine. Well, I'm glad you're going to play Password. You know how we play it? It's a game of word communication where you try to make your partner say the password by using one-word clues. Both teams work on the same password at the same time, and the team that gets it first is the one that scores. I'll give the first password this evening to the star of Lady in a Cage, star of the upcoming Fool Killer, Tony Perkins, and as they look at it, we'd like you to see it.
The password is wait.
All right. Start with you, Olivia. See if you can get John to say that word for 10 points.
Heavy.
Wait.
You did it. You feel better, Olivia?
We both feel
All right. You've got
Is it
10
over?
points, John, toward a 25-point game. The winner gets $250 and a chance to win even more in the lightning round. This time I'll give the password to Chris Danielenko. Oh. Say it, Tony.
Danielenko.
Danielenko and John Marsh. And as they look at it, we'd like you to see it.
The password is waltz.
Looking for it.
Okay, start with you, Chris. 10 points.
Viennese.
Waltz.
You did it! We're starting out tonight doing very well. I would say each of you has 10 points. So I want to point out one thing. When you hear this sound, it means that your clue has not been accepted by our authority, who is Dr. Reason A. Goodwin, an editor of the World Book Encyclopedia Dictionary. 10 to 10, password to Olivia de Havilland, Tony Perkins, and as they look at it, we'd like you to see it.
The password is curtsy.
No gestures.
I'm first.
Yes, first, 10 points.
Bend.
Ben. 5 seconds, John.
Twist.
No. 9, how do you, well, never mind. 9 points, Tony.
Bow.
Stoop.
Bow, stoop. 8 points, Olivia.
Knee.
Five seconds.
Kneel.
Kneel. 7 points, Tony.
Dance.
Five seconds, Chris.
Waltz.
Waltz. No, we've had waltz. All right. 6 points, Olivia.
Minuet.
5 seconds, John.
Turn.
Turn. 5 points, Tony.
Skip.
Step.
Step. 4 points, Olivia.
18th century.
Not allowed. 2 words.
Oh, I beg your
18th
pardon.
century. All right. 3 points, Tony.
Bow.
Hop.
Hop. 2 points, Olivia.
Royal.
Royal. 5 seconds, John.
I'll say kneel, but...
No, it's not Neil. 1 point, Tony.
Girl.
Curtsy.
Curtsy. I was waiting for girl. I was waiting for that. All right. 11 to nothing. 11 to 10.
1 point.
Oh, well, you might use that. Here we go. Password to John and to Chris. And as they look at it, we'd like you to see it, of course.
The password is throw.
All right, start with you, John. We'll give you 20.
Hurl.
Throw.
Hurl what? What did you say?
Throw.
That's right. I thought you said it, but I couldn't quite hear it. 20 to 11, the score stands. All right. This means they might do it on this one. Password to Tony, Olivia, and our friends.
The password is laundry.
Start with you, Tony. 10 points. Five seconds.
Wash.
Iron.
Wash, iron. 9 points would give you the game, Olivia.
Chinese.
Laundry.
You can't believe it? What can't you believe?
I can't believe I'm here and winning.
You are here and you won $250 on the game and a chance now to play the lightning round. The difference here is that you must communicate very quickly because Olivia is going to give you 1-word clues to 5 different passwords, and each one you get is worth $50. The only thing is you have to do it all in 1 minute. Here's the first word. Go, Olivia.
Flower.
Daisy.
Red.
Rose.
Right, 50.
Up.
Down.
100.
Apple.
Orchard.
Pear.
Fruit.
Good, 150.
Cents.
Dollars.
All right, I'll take it at 200.
Shirt.
Color.
Woman.
Flowers.
Well, you... Olivia and John, John's saying it's unbelievable. What I think you should note is, in addition to the fact that you have, John, $250 for the game, $250 for the lightning round, the maximum, you did it in 29 seconds. John Marsh has $500. In 29 seconds. And Chris, You have and enjoy, I'm sure, being a high school student, a 1963 edition of the 20-volume World Book Encyclopedia.
Thank you.
And thank you both for playing Password with us, and good luck to you both. And now, for you girls who love to find a bargain, here's a beauty.